Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK Journey video. So VELARA is coming to raid up recruitment very soon. In around 12 hours from the time I'm recording this video, global server will have VELARA available if you want to recruit for her. But let's talk about, should you recruit for her on day one? Where is she useful right now on the VN server? She has had a minor nerf, as I talked about in the video I uploaded yesterday, but it is not a big deal. It's only a 5% basically stat stealing buff nerf. Still 45% of her stats are going to be provided as a buff to all of your team. And that is getting massive value in Nocturne Judicator specifically. Nocturne Judicator is a very unique Dream Realm boss because you have a Midnight Hunter with you and you have to power him up to deal more damage. And all the damage is basically coming from that Midnight Hunter. And so any buffer or debuffer, and VELARA fulfills both criteria. She debuffs the boss to increase your damage output and she buffs Midnight Hunter. That is basically the perfect teammate for this comp for Nocturne Judicator. So I think right now definitely VELARA is far and beyond the best option for Nocturne Judicator, even on the VN server, as you see here, getting like 956 billion damage. You can't even get close to that score if you don't have VELARA. So for people who want to maximize their score in all Dream Realm bosses, is kind of a must pull for VELARA, even if her only use is Nocturne Judicator. However, I do think she's going to have use in other Dream Realm bosses. There was a bit of testing done in Plague Creeper currently on the Pioneer server, but that is with the pre-nerf version of VELARA, keep in mind. And for Plague Creeper, it isn't really like clear whether VELARA is an upgrade or if she is just sort of a side grade, basically competing for the top team but not necessarily in the overall top team. But she's coming close in Plague Creeper, and I think there are going to be other bosses that potentially she has a chance of doing well. For example, Crystal Beetle, but again, it needs more testing. So if you always want to get your top score in every single Dream Realm boss and you have the resources to recruit for VELARA, and this is what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull for VELARA on day one. But if you are not going to be satisfied with pulling for a hero, because you have to pull her all the way up to Supreme Plus, and ideally plus 10 exclusive equipment or higher, so it's a big investment, and it may only be paying off in one single Dream Realm boss. If that is something which doesn't sound appealing to you, then you need to wait and see how meta is she going to be in the other Dream Realm bosses. Because as of right now, she has only proven her worth in Nocturne Judicator. And so you have to make the decision to not recruit on day one unless you're happy with her only being good in Nocturne Judicator, because that's the only thing we can guarantee as of right now. But like I predicted in the Dream Realm bosses, I think there are going to be some other bosses where she will be usable or potentially good. Maybe up to 3 Dream Realm bosses out of the 8. But she is far and beyond the best option for Nocturne Judicator. And so for people who want to maximize the score, it is a must pull. Now, the thing, where else will you use VELARA? Because, like, generally when you pull a hero, either you want it to be in multiple Dream Realm bosses, or you want it to have Dream Realm as well as some AFK stage, some PvP, kind of like Damon. Even though Damon has been, like, kind of replaced in Dream Realm, he's at least good for AFK stages and PvP. VELARA, she has issues. In PvP, she just does not charge up her ultimates fast, like, basically activate her circles fast enough. She's going to be killed before she can get her full value. And before she gets her full value, she's just not a very good hero to have on your team, honestly speaking. So for PvP, I cannot imagine any way, at least within the current meta and how fast like PvP matches are decided, like within the first 10 seconds, I don't find any way that VELARA is going to be able to get off her value and actually be good in PvP. In AFK stages, yes, she's used for some for teams. However, she's not needed. If you take a look, even at, for example, my viewer has pushed very high. He always pushes really hard in AFK stages. And if you take a look, the recommended formations right now at this high stage are basically the Shimera teams. Iron, Almas, Damon, Shimera, and now Nero is being used because Nero does have a Supreme Plus skill upgrade, which is also really strong, but that's like another topic for a different video. So like, VELARA is not really needed for AFK stages. I don't think that she's at all really needed for AFK stages. I think it can be sometimes a hero that you could use, but is not needed. So it's just mainly for the Dream Realm. However, that being said, there has been some talk about manualing AFK stages, having Iron, like, you know, manually cast Iron's ultimate, group up all the enemies with debuffs into VELARA's unactive circle to rapidly charge it up. So definitely there are unique ways, and also if you're a manual AFK stage pusher, I think definitely she's a good tool to have in your toolbox. However, if you're not so like, hard pushing AFK stages, more on the casual side, or even you try to push the daily limit, even over push it, but you're not like manualing stages for 30 minutes sometimes, then like you probably don't need VELARA. But if you are one of those people who really love manualing AFK stages or just AFK stage pushing in general, I think definitely you can find uses of her, because her kit does really cater itself to AFK stages as well, with a long 90-second fight where she can get off a lot of value from her map-wide basically buff and stat stealing. But for Dream Realm, it's only Nocturne Judicator right now. So basically, for most people, I still think she's a wait-and-see hero. But if you want to, and you want to have the top scorer, top team for every Dream Realm boss, that's the type of player you are, that's the type of player I am, then you need to recruit for her, because she is the best in Nocturne Judicator, and I do not see her ever being removed from there for this whole season. Even into Endless, I do not foresee it, but anything is possible. So like, also at the same time, it's always better to wait and see. And probably, like, we're already in hell mode of bosses, but I don't think we're going to make it quite to Endless before her raid up recruitment banner is going to end. So I don't think that we're actually going to be able to see her in Endless. We'll have to make a decision before that. That is the thing. Also, Ravaged Realm at the end of the season, no question, like, there's no doubt in my mind that she is going to be good for Ravaged Realm. So that's another reason to think about recruiting her. Now, how far do you have to recruit her? You really have to get her to Supreme Plus. She has an important enhanced force with boost your damage dealt by your team on subsequent ultimate cast after she has a map-wide basically activation of all of her circles. That is big, but also importantly, the Supreme Plus is going to give her Ascension stats, and those stats are going to be the cap that she will have for the stat ceiling and then buffing of your team. This 45% of VELARA's basic stats, that is going to be the buff provided to your entire team. So if she is only like Legendary Plus, her stats are not going to be as high as if she's Supreme Plus, because each Ascension usually gives like 10% attack, sometimes a bit more than that. So like, you're not going to basically be getting a good value of her buffs, the stat stealing buff for your team. And so you need to have her Supreme Plus. You'll need to have her plus 10 exclusive equipment, honestly, minimum, not really for this effect, but just for getting the stats again, exclusive equipment upgrade. And eventually to min-max, you're going to want plus 20 exclusive equipment upgrade for those who can afford it, because all her buff is going to be based, and stats is going to be based on her own stats. She's like a Hugin. Hugin is very similar, but Hugin is only buffing up whoever he shields and whoever's on the mechanized bond. VELARA is buffing up your entire team, and by a much higher percentage compared to Hugin. Like, Hugin is like a 15%, there's a 45%. So like, getting those extra like, plus 10 to plus 20 exclusive equipment, that's going to be probably another like 15, 20% attack, maybe even more than that. And so that's actually going to 20% of 45% of 20% is like another 10% basically bonus attack for your entire team, as well as defenses and health and everything. So that is going to be great. Now, one thing I don't know here is it says VELARA's starting stats. I always assume this is basic stats, but I don't think it's all of these stats you see in the hero stats page, because that would be crazy. I don't think it's 10% of all this stuff, like attack speed, crit, haze, defense. Like, I can't imagine that's all of that. That would be kind of ridiculous. I think it's probably only basic stats, but even that is pretty great for Nocturne Judicator specifically. And her charm quality bonus for the season is good one. It's the same as Shamira, which is going to be allowing her to charge up her energy faster, and after casting ultimate, she'll be able to cycle more to charge up her circles faster. But still, for PvP, it's not enough. She's still too slow, but for Dream Realm, this is a great help. And of course, you can buy her charms, epic charms, from the charm merchant, and that's what my viewer did. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts about VELARA in the comment section down below. Are you going to recruit for her on day one? Are you going to wait and see? Both are good, both are reasonable options, but just keep in mind what I said about when you should recruit on day one, what you need to have in your mind is a thought process, or when you should wait, basically. And for people who are low on resources, it will definitely be better to wait at least a week to 10 days to know exactly how how good she is. And if you think you don't want to recruit her and build her all the way up just for one Dream 1 boss, then you definitely need to wait, because right now she's only proven to be good in one Dream 1 boss. We don't know about the other ones, so that is the important thing. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. If you're not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please smash that subscribe button. Also, feel free to join my AFK Journey Discord server. There's a link to that in the description of this video. And finally, if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. There's a link to that in the description of this video and a pinned comment. There's the best way you can support me at no extra cost to you. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video. And until then, everyone, peace out for now.